have you ever noticed that the moments that truly break your heart are often the same moments that remind us how deeply we have lived? Think about it. We don't grieve what didn't matter. We grieve the relationships that shaped us, the blessings that held us, the people who made us who we really are. When we reconnect this week with our patriarch, Abraham, in this week's Parsha, this week's Torah portion, he's heartbroken. As Mark pointed out, Sarah, his wife, our matriarch, has died. And Abraham mourns. He cries. And then the Torah slips in a small, quiet line. Vayakem Avraham. And Avraham rose. He gets up. Not because he's healed. Not because he's ready. But because something inside of him says, I have a love worth grieving. I had a partner worth crying for. And my pain, as hard as it is proof that my life has been filled with blessing. You see, we only grieve what we're grateful to have had. And so Abraham rises, not away from his grief, but with it, to honor his beloved, to honor Sarah's life, to secure her burial, and to move his story, and thus her story, forward. Gratitude is a word that's way too overused. It's not a Hallmark card. It's not a journal where we list what makes us happy. There's nothing wrong with those things. But gratitude in its Jewish form is an action. It's what gives Abraham the strength to stand once again. Now, in addition to Abraham in this week's Torah portion, we meet a new character. If you've read Torah year after year like me, she's not new, but we meet her again. Someone at the very beginning of her Jewish journey. Her name, Rebekah, or in Hebrew, Rivkah. A young adult living far, far away from where Abraham and his family now call home. Rivkah is simply out fetching water at a well when suddenly a stranger appears, Abraham's servant. And he tells her that she is now being asked to step into a destiny that she did not see coming. To leave her home, to travel to a distant land, and to build the next chapter of our Jewish story as the wife of Abraham's son, Isaac. Now, mind you, Rivkah had no idea who Isaac was. And when her family hears this proposal, they hesitate. And they ask the servant, Abraham's servant, for more time because they need space. They want control. But Rivkah, the Torah tells us, she responds simply and powerfully and courageously. She says to the servant, I will go. Now, I wrote about this and shared it in this week's email if you want to read a little bit more about it, but Rivkah listens to something inside of herself. A spark of intuition, of courage, of readiness. She doesn't know the future. She doesn't know Isaac. And she doesn't know what her life will become. But she senses blessing in the risk. And she's grateful for this blessing. Gratitude for Rivkah is the courage to say yes to a life that's still unfolding. Abraham teaches us that gratitude can help us rise even when our hearts are heavy. And his soon-to-be daughter-in-law, Rivkah, teaches us that gratitude can help us step forward even when the future is totally uncertain. Now, most of us, as we head into Thanksgiving, we're somewhere between where Abraham and Rivkah were, between those two moments. We're carrying joy and grief at the same time. We're holding hope and fear at the same time. We're wanting to move forward, but still feeling the weight of the world on our shoulders. But this week, the Torah reminds us, gratitude, despite what popular culture tells us, it's not a feeling. It's a way of living. And it's a beautiful way, but also a really challenging way. It's how we honor what we've lost. It's how we embrace what lies ahead. It's how we rise, and it's how we go. So as we inch closer and closer to Hallmark's, or at least one of Hallmark's favorite holidays, Thanksgiving, push yourself to live gratefully, to rise when life knocks you down, and to trust that inner voice that isn't afraid of the unknown. You see, gratitude has the ability to change our posture, like Abraham rising, like Rivkah stepping forward. And when our posture shifts, our vision shifts. And we begin to see what Abraham and Rivkah both knew. Again, that gratitude isn't a feeling. It's something that we need to live every single day. And a blessing, it isn't something received. It's also something that we live. And when we lean into real gratitude, it transforms us. And that transformation is in itself a real blessing. A blessing that each of us should strive to bring to our Thanksgiving table in about 2 weeks. So, this Shabbat, may we all find the strength to rise just like Abraham. And may we all find the courage to listen to that deep inner voice and go forward like Rivkah. And may we recognize and become the blessing at every single step along the way. Shabbat Shalom.